And I wanted to tell you something again. Now, this goes out to all the feminine and feminine chicks out there, even children that was reconditioned of other stars and stuff through time because of psychotic behavior or because of one ignorance of one's plan and not caring about your consciousness like you were on drugs or something. Physics adds up all in the paradigm, even in the physical reality. Difference for me because I'm already complete and certain things can't add up for me in the physical reality. And my wives, even the empresses, know this. So when things happen and people try to do things to me a certain type of way and then try to say physics, my wives get extra scared of a certain person and then whatever happens after that, if she feels comfortable, if she doesn't feel comfortable, it doesn't mean that I don't care anyway. But Saturday, December 1st, 2018. I wanted to tell you something. It's just like a girl going to get a checkup. Or this is really for all the empresses, spiritual guardian god empresses, all the crown empresses that control all their bodies, even on the energy force of space, or stars or star clusters, or astrology or constellations, or even the reasons of sacred zodiac that's not animals, but has a form of sacred zodiac from one's intellect, a certain type of way of regard, could hear and view me. And also, of all planets or moons or suns or earths, or solar systems or galaxies or universe or space or gravity or skies or lightning or crystalline suns, vibration, chemistry or elementals and stones of all refinement or regard of all our sediment or atmosphere. And even space light itself on different levels. Could hear and view me. My wives just could hear and view me and just think about what I'm saying with a clear conscience for a second. Now, I'm going to tell you just like this. You see, when I made the earth, it was only made because I have a wife and I love my wife. So me making the physical reality in space and then making planets is for me and my wife to have habitation for our love, where we can have forms of matrimony and even while in space so we could be protected. So we had a planet. I put planets inside of my wife's our earth that nurtures the nutrients of natural reality for her habitation of a human condition so she could have been okay. But if my wife goes and sleeps with somebody else, within her earth or somebody else's earth is a literal bacteria, virus, infection, disease. This is why I made and put the element. Now, the element that I put has to be on a high scale of even space itself or on a level to even level out a certain type of way. If a person tries to put an element from another planet here and it wasn't me that put it, that's like a literal gunshot in the death of the empress and the death of their own human condition of existence. Because when a person's gonna do malicious intent, it's gonna naturally reoccur continuously in their life. So it's like imagine a person stealing my money and thinking that they're a millionaire and then go build something. They're gonna be getting murdered and killed every single day in their paradigm of their life until the dark matter diminishes them, demoralizes them, or distinguishes them, so they're no longer in existence. Because the dark matter is gonna go towards their riches, and say try to be spiteful, they show dark matter something. It don't make no sense even whatever you show them because they're gonna take your sacredcy and you're gonna be gone. See, this is one of the other reasons, and I mean dark matter, dark soil, cellular structure that forms dark matter. And I was speaking about dark skinned people, or black skin and brown skinned people, because one already caused malicious intent and conduct and current in dealing with the natural enlightenment of the celestial or telestial reflection in even points of acknowledgement. And the dark matter is already going to be malicious because it doesn't have no need for you. If you're a person of a light and anatomy and you cheated the reason of existence, the dark matter doesn't have need for you. So even when you're dark matter, because you're going to try to turn into a depth because you probably be so demoralized and diminished that you turn into a depth, you're still going to get murdered and killed instantly from other dark matter because the reason why is because of the ignorance of your reality of cheating the point of light was going to cause the death of you. So even now, the planet's atmosphere knows the science. So now, if the planet recognizes that you're a dark matter, it knows to, it should mark you and it should literally kill you throughout the paradigm of time before anybody finds out too much about who you are according to the physical reality, because there's no need for your existence, because your mentality will try to cause the end of the planet or the habitation of the atmosphere itself. And I'm just being real. Even down when it comes to elements, because you cause an element to get corrupted and turn into decay, and then has no reason for the mineralizing of the one's even militance of the physical reality of one's foundation or to hold structure, when an element is a natural energy of pure light also. So now listen to this, all right? Now, if a person causes some type of, you steal my money and then you think you build something and then you have things from another planet, and then you try to manipulate the physical reality, that means you sacrifice the empress of the element of the light of her purity, and then she's wondering what's her uncomfortability at another point of existence. As soon as she finds out that her element is somewhere else and you're not me that put it there, because once the energy identifies me, the origin put something there, it'll be okay. But if I'm sleeping at a place, it's like, imagine somebody building something from somewhere else and then they try to have me sleep there for it to be okay. Like they want me to cause some type of chemistry. This is not causing no chemistry, because the energy identifies me only. Once I leave, it leaves. It doesn't need nobody else in the physical reality. The comfortability another person was trying to build is just a non and void, and then the person's gonna realize the manipulation of the rape that person was causing, and then has to murder and kill that person in the paradigm of time. Then on top of it, then the empress is gonna realize you the one, another person, not me, because I'm the one that made her comfortability, but another person caused her uncomfortability, even in her humane condition, to a natural habitation, and then she has to murder and kill that person instantly. And then if she didn't dishonor the dignity of her existence, she'll be able to ask the elements of the higher consciousness of the reason of the atmosphere and planet for help to get rid of you. But if she's dishonored, she'll literally die with that uncomfortability of the physical reality, because of her ignorance for listening to somebody that was a low-level individual that was it was just like a nosebleed or a pimple that popped, and then you listening to the cellular structure that didn't know nothing because they wanted to know more than you, and then it took advantage of your education of knowing so much like a mad genius, that it took you for a ride instead of you disciplining the situation. It ended up leisuring your time and took another person for a ride and caused the end of the physical reality. Now let me explain something. Now, if a person takes my money and builds something that has another element, you're causing the repeated death or the uncomfortability of the empress, that's causing like a bad nervous condition. And then on top of it, she's gonna be able to, as soon as she's around me or views me, she's gonna know the difference. And she already knows the difference, tell you the truth, because once I'm a praise is okay with her. See, this is why an empress would never, even of the earth, even the atmosphere, can never let me be in the jail, because the decay and on top of it, the stress of the situation. Because you don't know about physics, I'm not gonna explain certain things to you a certain way, but I'm gonna just tell you just like this. If another person took my money and built something, the dark matter is going to kill them, because the dark matter already wants the comfortability. And then on top of it, doesn't need that person that caused the comfortability a certain type of way of the manipulation. Now, when it comes to the purity of the reason of the enlightenment of the existence, there's a difference. It can't do certain things to me. But the person that already manipulated it, it doesn't have no reason for it, because you already caused the traumatic event of his own physical reality to even be a form of a dark matter. So it's going to really want to destroy you naturally as soon as it thinks about the cause of his existence, and it's going to literally murder and kill you. And then on top of it, if it was like a business, a corporation, whatever you own, it's going to take it from you anyway. And it's not going to let you never be able to be in existence to get it back, no matter who you are, except if you were for me, because at a point in time, a person wants to correct their own habitation. So you see, it's a win-win for me, Ralph Range, y'all. But another person, too bad, good for you. But but like I said, when a person says good for me, it's really wonderful enlightenment, enrichment. Another person, if me or anybody else say good for you, or that is another type of meaning. No matter I don't even gotta explain it to you. But anyway, so it's just funny when you look at the situation. And I tell my empress, remember, my children, my daughters are supposed to be with me that fit a certain requirement. And I told my caretakers this of this planet, down to even individuals that used to do politics on this planet, like the gulams, llamas, petards, jinsu, sheep, ninjas. Um, there's even invisible scorpion ninjas that regard the reason of the higher consciousness of the natural habitation. There is, love. I don't gotta tell you about love. There's Lu- Lulak Bak. Um, there is, I'm a man of purity, but I'm gonna just tell you just like this. There's a couple individuals that is a regardment of one's habitation, and then you have other solar systems and galaxies that has leaves, bright sights, uh, um, times, mites, other little things, flights and flights, all type of stuff. There's the other planets and regardments, and that is of the ice galaxy. The Triple Crown Empress actually got. I could tell you the regiment of her regardment is Clyde, Rides, um, Views, and Calm. Oh, excuse me for a second. Uh, Something I wanted to remember about something. Pardon me for a second. Those are the regardments of also the triple crown. Also, there is blue, blues. It's called blues, blues, blues. Actually, blows, flutes, and grooves. And there is the majestic empresses. There's the astrological tree of the majestic empresses. Their regards are minds, sides, flights, close, coarse, and bloat. And these are the regardments of the apprentice, or the empresses of the East also leaps, teals, fierce, dimes, charms, uh, and sacks. The empresses of the East, the little East empresses, the I could tell you the North, the West, the South empresses of space, their regards, but I'm not gonna get into all that. Anyway, and the ice galaxy. I already told you the leaves. Other the little things, and don't worry about it. Those are things meant for people that's real parents to know. Other people doesn't know. End up fucking up other people's sacredcy a certain way, and then the people that just know how to discipline other people. That's it. But anyway, man. But like I said, man. So and when I made my empresses, I made their comfortability for them in the physical reality. So my children, like the male sons that I have, they're only supposed to be with girls that's like 5'7". Some of them like that's real short could be with somebody who's probably like 5'6". They gotta be like 5'9". I mean not 5'9". They can't be with nobody 5'9". 5'8", 5'11", 5'11", 6 foot, or 5'12", 6 foot exactly, or not. Well, not 6 foot, 6'1" exactly. They can't be with somebody 6 foot. The humane condition, no matter what height they are, the reason for their habitation is certain type of way, something else. 6 foot in case of emergency to heal the anatomy or the habitation of the atmosphere. Certain numbers are skipped, so if something happens, they'll be able to be saved when it comes to their humane condition and their consciousness. If they set something a certain level of height, a certain type of way, they'll be sick and nobody will be able to save them. Not even their mother, and I'm not even gonna bother them because they already did wrong. They should have listened to what I said the first time, and I don't care. So I'm just gonna be real. Somebody 6'1", 6'4" in their height. Six. I'm not even from 6'1", 6'5", 6'6", or six, six, 7, and no, not even 6'7", 6'8", and 6, 11, 6'12", or 7 feet and up. You know, those are girls that he could deal with. You know, at from 7 feet, 7'5", 7'6", 7'8", and 8 feet. Once you hit 8 feet, they can't be with nobody from eight. They can't be with nobody from 8'5". They could be with somebody 8'6", 8'8", and 8'11", and up. Certain numeral sequences they can't be with somebody just in case. It's just like the Titans. I used to tell them this because they might need their life saved, and if I find a pleasure, because depending on the height of the reality of the individual, if they did a certain type of magic, and if say they're not the purity of the humane condition of the legacy and lineage, you don't want to catch an enormous infection that grows a certain type of way and causes you discomfort in your and causes a biohazard habitation, and then you wonder what happened. I'm not gonna explain all the certain science to you. That's good for you if certain things happen. Good for you, too bad that I'm not doing nothing, because I'm not dealing with nobody that's not of five from anybody higher than 5'4", really. I don't even dealing with people 5'5". But anybody high, because 5'5" is like pushing the limit of somebody trying to do 20 things. But and from anybody from like up to 5'4" in height, from lower than 5'4", okay. But anything up to 5'4" in height, and you trying to go a little higher than 5'5", nah, I'm not dealing with it. You shouldn't come to me and ask me to do anything. You just literally, you just probably just killed yourself and your whole family a certain type of way. So too bad. When I mean killed yourself, I mean like a little cause your own death. You might literally not have non-existence. When I mean non-existence, means you would never be around for a person to ever consider you or view you or to know anything about you ever in the physical reality. And it's like a non and void, like a voiding you out the physical reality. And I mean void, not mean it's cryptically a person looking at numerals or letters and saying void like sex. No, I mean void like your literal death. It is a wrap. Nothing else. No, nothing. It doesn't mean nothing for nobody anymore in the physical reality. Like you wouldn't even be considered having a parent. You wouldn't even be a memory in the physical reality. That's what I mean. So I'm just gonna be real. So my children, my sons, they're not supposed to be with girls of certain heights. If you have a girl that is a certain height and then you go deal with her, you could cause the infection and the confusion of your own physical reality and cause the malicious intent of your mother literally killing you. And then you're wondering why, and it's because you you violating her level of a degree that's gonna add up in physics of secrecy that you weren't supposed to know, and you're gonna end up dead because she's gonna know that you're not me, and then you're really just end up dead. It's like a person going after girls that I like, or a certain type of shape, or if you go after a certain type of shape of a structure of a girl that I like, and you know you did that on purpose, my energy, let me tell you, there'll be magic around, and then my energy won't even let me be with your stupid shit. Because that whatever you touch is gonna end up stupid, and then you're gonna end up shit anyway. So it's gonna want to kill you, and you don't even have your existence no more. So good for you. Then you'll have a stalker child watching what's going on with you. Like you were the empress and you some magic, and it can't let you know anything about anything in life because it's gonna kill you at as soon as you get the chance. So it's gonna be a funny scenario because once you start that type of acknowledgement in physics, it's a wrap. But anyway, let me show you how real this is. It's just like a person. My children supposed to deal with certain girls of certain heights, so they have the. That's why I made certain planets that was of my empress, that was still inside of my empress, that was regarded to her habitation of humane condition, that was positioned inside of her a certain type of way for all existence. The only reason why she can move certain forms of energy to a certain place, protecting her weak spot, like when she was doing martial arts, just like when you see me in Ninja Hunters, like Abbott White, when she was doing martial arts, it was to literally protect her weak spot of a form of her energy if a planet is doing wrong, and she knows it, so she could. It was like she knew martial arts to send the energy to a certain spot so she wouldn't be weak. So when she's defending or regarding herself or on an attack, that she wouldn't be hurt a certain type of way. But only me and my wife could do this martial arts, and I'm already complete because I'm perfect. So anything, don't worry about me. But anyway, but another, my wife, she has to be precise because even for her to even control her planet, she has to make certain moves with certain empresses of according to her astrological tree, so the planet could stay and have. If somebody's doing something wrong, it could have an atmosphere, and it wouldn't cause the devastation and the plummet of the planet, and then the end of the atmosphere, and then the decaying of all the elements of jewels, stones, and nourishment of our planet. So she has to be in. She has to be in a union of harmonical frequency with me to even be in a union of harmonical frequency with the other empresses of her planet for her own regard and stuff, down to the natural earth element ninja empress. So because if they don't even come refine with me at certain times in life, it's too bad for them. And if they slept with another person, their energy won't even let me be with them. So it's a more wonderful thing. I'm a man of real dignity and honor. I don't like people disrespecting me at all. I don't have to be vindictive and malicious towards you a certain type of way. It's just you should have knew better than a child. That type of acknowledgement and education you have is too dangerous for you now. That's it. I gotta make sure that it never happens again. So I'm not taking chances with certain people that have certain acknowledgement. Once you fuck up once in a paradigm, knowing that you had a paradigm of a planet around you, and then you had a form of this a control of certain things a certain type of way, you endangered my real crown empress that was more sacred than you that never came outside. So I can't take a chance with a chick like that. So sorry. You didn't care for your consciousness for real. I know for a fact now. It's like even the insurance would prove it. It would provide the evidence of what I'm saying. So too bad for you. So I'm just gonna be real. So if my son slept with a girl, they have their own planet. So their planet. So if something happens, my wife has a physical regard even of her habitation to be able to heal or to be able to correct the situation somehow. But if now the children come here and I'm the consciousness and also the consciousness of her whole humane structure, even down to her bone marrow, her elements, jewels, and stones. I'm the literal consciousness and the one that completes, that's outside the physics that makes sure it's complete. So if somebody does something here to me, it's like causing a pimple on her brain. It's like imagine I tell caretakers go get certain children for me at a time so I can refine their anatomy or the human condition. I do it a certain type of way through time and I travel all through life just for the human condition. And then you have people after a time that just says they're gonna come to my planet and rob me and they're gonna get me off my planet for all type of things and make space and all type. No, 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 no. This is a private planet. There's things that's going on. This is why I chose this planet. I even have wives that was already residing here on this planet. So, what do you mean? No, no, no. There's no next man. No, nothing. If there's a man here, then he's of the regard, and he doesn't have care for the physical reality. And if a regard has care for the physical reality, he doesn't need to be a regard because if I was gonna do something for him, he's gonna be reconditioned in the physical reality. Well, not well, really reconditioned because he'd be reconditioned to me without nobody knowing that he's being reconditioned to me, and then I'll give birth to the nigga a certain type of way because he's gonna have to end up killing himself because I'm gonna give birth to him and then we're gonna move him off this planet and to another planet because he's never gonna be a regard for this planet ever again in life unless there's some type of galactical war and my wife is around, and then I seal off my wife and then I call for him to even be able to tactically handle a situation because he already knows about certain things a certain way. So if he fucks that up, then don't worry about that. You ain't gonna never be a regard. Once I find out that you have some type of emotions where you want to do certain things, and you're supposed to be a regard, your education is first for you to be militant and perfect so you wouldn't end up like me or what happened to me a certain type of way because your stupidity already and showing you why the things that happen to me. So, that there goes the answer even in physics. So ahead of time, because I'm a star being, I'm light. So your education already knows what I'm speaking of. So, it's just funny about certain things, even down when it comes to reflection, even in the physical reality, dealing with elements. My regards know what I'm speaking about. They should be real educated to know exactly what I'm speaking about. So, now imagine this, and be careful. Being a regard, you, you don't even want to put me in jail. You don't want to end up being a hostage in a confinement facility, and then somebody taking keys from you, and then you be real fucked up all the time. Be careful what you try to do to me, even when I'm being calmly and humble about my existence. Telling you early on, even if, especially through international security. I don't care what point. Now, and I don't care if I haven't been there for a long time. It's like instant from my physical reality. Like I said, imagine a child that has planet, and my children have their own planet. So after they're educated and I give birth to, especially a male, he's moved to another planet, to his planet of purity. My wife, at a time, if there's some type of discrepancy of the natural habitation, she's moved to a place of secrecy until certain things are handled, and then moved back into the rest of her life or whatever the situation is, because she's not going to go and be a victim on another a planet a certain type of way. She'll be able to have a vacation with me, but she won't be a victim on another planet because another person knew that she was bleeding with me, and then she was with, and I reconditioned that family a certain type of way. Now, if you have a child that my caretakers went and got from another planet, and then how can I say this? I rejuvenated the anatomy of the human condition of the habitation because of my child in the natural order of existence at a time. What do I usually do? I take the son and I send them to the planet, right? Or I take a feminine chick, I condition her a certain type of way for a certain amount of time. And then when I feel certain things are a certain way when it comes to her education, what do? I usually send her to my son's because by then she'll have something youthful a certain type of way, and then I could send to my son a certain type of way so he can be able, his star being asked, could be able to handle the situation to his point of order a certain type of way. So he can have a certain covenant. It's like me being with a chick, and then she has one child for me, and then I go have another child or something with her. Nobody needs to know which child I'm sending a certain type of way over there, because I'm a man as a family man. Once a chick fucks up and then she shows me that she can't be honest and keep her legs closed and she want to be with other men, then I send them away. There's no reason. There's no reason for that physical reality because she already spoiled the purity of the intent, and then it's too dangerous for her to even be here. I'm the type of person I'll send it to my son a certain type of way because I know my son's mentality already. He's a man. Certain of my sons are men that really deal with chicks of a higher height than them sometimes, or the same height as them, a certain type of way at times, because their comfortability. But you have men, and they could be able to look at the situation because of their mentality. And my son never been vindictive, and my son doesn't like entrapment, so he doesn't do funny things. And if he ever did, I never educated him nothing about the situation to know anything about stuff like that. So, I'm just gonna be real. So, if my child comes here on this planet and he decides to have sex on this planet, I never told my wife to let a man come give her a pimple in her brain. So if she's wondering who's gonna bust her in the head, and who's gonna shoot her in the head or sometime, or cause some type of brain aneurysm, or cause the death of the regard or a pimple, then I don't know what to tell you. It'll be real fucked up because I actually have planets a certain type of way who in other social economic systems that they're not supposed to be men there. They're supposed to be like an all-girl planet a certain type of way, even though I'm not there. And then when I get there, they should be no men there. If there's a men there, like they should be getting shipped from time to time back to another a certain type of planet. If there's men there, then hey, I never told my wife to get a pimple in her bones or brain marrow or nervous system. I never told your nervous system to get a pimple. Like I wouldn't even tell my wife about certain education. Only the crown empress knows certain planets like a nervous system. So if there's a man on that planet and he touches that with the wrong feminine chick, that was already the habitation for the reason of her strength and existence on the planet, is like killing her. That's like giving her nervous system a pimple. Like that a person that's cause a reaction of a unhumane condition that'll cause her death and her sickness. So, I never told my wife to be stupid. I was a smart man. If kids did something stupid, I waited to tell them after a while. I didn't have to tell them right away. And there's certain children of the past, I'm not telling them this. I don't care. If they ain't up to date with their situation, they ain't gonna know this information. I don't gotta worry about this. I could just press on this after, and then I'm for sure about myself. So, and bringing back the situation and acknowledgement, the atmosphere of all spacemen. So bringing back the acknowledgement a certain type of way to a person is just like already killing yourself. You wouldn't even know when it happens. But good for you. So, like I told my wife, there's not supposed to be a man on this planet. So if you have men running around saying they want to sex and whatever and all type of fun, good for you. That's the death of my wife. I'm gonna continue living, but you shouldn't have had them uncontrolling emotions or thoughts when it came to me in the physical reality. It's just like another person's not my wife's comfort. My wife can't sleep with somebody in her own planet. You want to know why? It's gonna feel like a person stabbing her. If somebody sleeps with my wife in her own planet, that's of her own habitation and is not her soulmate, it feels like a physical death. That doesn't make no sense. That doesn't make no sense to be with somebody that's causing you to break out in pimples constantly, and then also causing your weakness to your anatomy. It'll be like your bone marrow start decaying, and then wondering why you're getting so sick being with a certain person. And once that happens, I don't want to be with you. You're like, how did you get up in that situation? How did that happen? What did you do wrong already? Oh, good for you. I've met education and prevented everything from happening certain ways. Left all type of education. I didn't have time for ignorance. I was already running around educating everybody, feeling beyond. I was receiving trauma and still getting rid of the trauma from the trauma I was receiving. That was like a miracle to my wife. She didn't know how to do things with that because why? She was second. I was the real situation. So it was like I was going to get rid of it. The energy already knew, and then every time one of them somebody would disrespect me, because the energy was already being honest and learning certain things about as I went along in life. If somebody did something wrong, then hey, go ahead, and there you go. You wanted to feel to know what it is a certain way in physics because I educated everybody, even energy. So go ahead, get rid of it. That's the person that didn't know let it. That's what it was. That's what it was. Of course, at this time, right? All right, then get rid of it. Go bye. Because the energy didn't want to do itself wrong. It's not. You're not gonna have forces in life that want to manifest that's gonna hurt themselves. That has a traumatic experience and has to release a certain form of energy, and it can't release it a certain type of way. It's already gonna manifest in life. I don't waste. I'm perfect. I don't waste nothing. So what? Yo, that nigga did me wrong at this time. That nigga stole my money. The nigga caught an attitude with me. The nigga was speaking to people and disregarded me while I was speaking to him. It was like me speaking to somebody and they say, I tell them something. Everybody's supposed to shut down from as soon as I start speaking, shut the fuck up is what I say and that's it. I don't give a fuck what's your age. It's showing you discipline to even if you had a child or you conditioned something ahead of time and then you know this or you disregarded it. You didn't know what exactly what I was about to tell you. Oh, you know something? You don't know what the thought of a person could be in a conversation. You don't know nothing about the next thought of another person while you're having a conversation. I'm about to say something to make sure that the consciousness acknowledges something a certain type of way, so they don't kill you. And on top of it, they don't literally have a certain type of emotion when it comes to situations for things to be perfect, and then you disregard it. Yo, it's like there's levels of physics in the beginning for energies to realize certain things. Once they realize that situation, yo, listen, as soon as I'm out of here, I don't give a fuck what happens. As long as it doesn't interfere with my natural habitation and there's a control on the situation. So when I don't need to know nothing about it. I just want to be happy. I don't care nothing about it. It's like you offended me at a time. You did me wrong in the physical reality. The energy wanted to know who it was and measured it out. There go that answer right there. That person that did me wrong, disregard. It begin. This is what make sure it tries to lead up to any type of conniving or sending situation. Finishing. I don't care. There you go. Because when I give birth to that energy, I don't need no complication within my wife's habitation. Because it's not me is already perfect. And on top of it, it needs the experience for the physical reality. So it's not gonna pass through my wife like it's gonna go through her legs because it's gonna already want to keep its own sacredcy because it's a natural pure energy. So it wouldn't do nothing vindictive in the spiritual reality. A thing that does something like that is probably a poison that was already given to an individual. Or it's just like somebody trying to do witchcraft, trying to do something to me. Then my wife is gonna end up dying because now if she either she don't get a handle of the situation or a higher empress will put a handle on the situation and it won't be no more situation. So if you have somebody already trying to attack a higher empress, that already lets you know your situation was way off. So your situation will get wiped out. And the person that tries to cause that, the energy already knows it could check in the paradigm of your consciousness and then it finish the person. It's like this is the reason you learn about finger jabbing in martial arts or acupuncture. It's like getting you precisely without hesitation. You know, I was real nice when it came to my wife's habitation and giving her planes and putting atmospheres. You know, I was the only man that could do this. You see, the level of education I already spoke about explains certain things to my wife here. My wife really knows who I am. You other fucked up niggas out there. I don't know what you are because some of you are not from me. I'm too perfect to have fucked up shit like you know. So, good for you. And if you were conditioned already, my wife's nervous system and you wanted to, it's just like a person being born and realizing that they're not supposed to do certain things that wasted time on the earth. You're supposed to be a gangster. You already knew you had a family dignity to uphold and you wanted to continue living to waste time and just came up with excuse like a bag of candy. No, you don't make sure you didn't vibrate in the physical reality with some strange dark matter. Even if, especially if you're a dark skin. I hope you wasn't with no brown skin chick. If you're a black man, don't go be with no brown skin chick. Doesn't make no sense. And if you're with a certain type of brown skin chick, a certain type of chick, she's not a certain type of chick you could be with. You can't be with a certain type of chick. And then on top of it, she has to have a height requirement. It's like still being a continuance, and then there's a height requirement unless my wife was wearing like a robe and then somebody used it and ate a burger or ate something at the time they weren't supposed to and then invaded her celestial day. You know, you got a real fucked up situation on you. You know, don't be vindictive. You could actually find your placement depending on the honesty of your conscience. If you do the wrong thing, this is why you learn about temporal nights. If you do the wrong thing, too bad for you. Oh well. It is what it is. This is dark matter. Fuck out of here. For real. If a nigga is an emperor or a king and things and moves are being made certain ways, what? Get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. This is dark matter. Fuck out of here. I don't know that. Fuck out of here, nigga. Fuck you. My palm is light, nigga. Fuck out of here, nigga. For real. You're not gonna come right back through my anatomy like that without regret. Fuck out of here. Star beings don't want to die for nothing. What? Get the fuck out of here. Your stupid zodiacs are gonna end up falling at certain times. They're not even gonna be able to be a zodiac because of the wrong that they already did. Another nigga said, "What? Why would a zodiac?" Because I was doctoring their anatomy. They fucked that up when I got shot in Boogie Night. They thought they were okay, some of them that was learning certain things, right? No. It wasn't okay for them. I doctored it. I'm already complete. My wife's situation can't be on me enough yet. Yo, I was already doctoring their anatomy. All the, hey, yo, listen, yo, my nigga, I'm so sacred, my nigga. My wife think about doing something wrong or making me feel something the wrong way. The force of the energy of existence is not gonna let me be with her in any type of way at a time. And then if a person try to use that for excuse, I'm guaranteed that person end up dead. And whoever thought about that education and thought that situation is gonna end up dead. And then it's like, say somebody tried to do something on purpose, they're gonna end up dead anyway. Because the energy is gonna know that they were doing right and doing something wrong, and then it's gonna kill them anyway. I'm a man of perfection. You don't make no sense to lie because you don't want me to have something at a time, and then you want to be vindictive and lie on this and this because I wouldn't have. I didn't want to deal with your situation. You don't know what I'm a natural doctor. You don't know what I'm doing a certain type of way, and then you playing fucked it up. That might that might have been what would have saved your life with me, but then you fucked it up. And I don't have to tell you just because you didn't notice the difference. Good for you. But anyway, but like I was saying and stuff, even down to the elements and element science, because sanitation is missing an empress right now. She's somewhere. I think she's probably already dead. And then on top of it, for her to come back in life, I'm not taking her back until I'm ready and until I'm on a level and I'm for sure why was she being so fat. I don't. You had your sanitation truck chasing me around at a time that turned into a transformer that turned into a fucking postal truck and then parked itself on Avenue I. And then when I looked at the driver had a black watch on. I said, yo, you know something? You nigga tried to play me for like some asshole. Fuck you. You know, you and your scented trail. The person says, what happened? They say, oh, you offended the person real far, a certain type of way. So I gotta let them realize the exact situation that you did a certain type of way. And anyhow, the situation tries to interfere with my happiness or my chemistry, and it causes more ignorance of people in my social economic system. You're already gonna be there. You and the people of the ignorance that they made a difference on this situation. Because what are they doing all this time? That means somebody else is doing something. Everything. Don't worry about everything. It's like life is better than a box of chocolates. It's like a puzzle of milk duds. It wasn't milk chocolate. It was called milk duds. Called the studs. Never been chocolate. The ones the reason of the regardment. You had to have been a muscle bound nigga to know what I'm speaking about. You had to be a bodybuilder to know what I'm speaking about. You would never know what I'm speaking about because the only one that knows things like that is one educator, and nobody's educating nobody on certain. So I'm the real Conan the Barbarian. I just choose not to get big as I could get. I am the real Titan. But I'm a man of medium physique. I don't like being extra like other people at a time. Nah, there's no need for that. I'm precise because I could. Nah, don't worry about it. But anyway, man, it's just funny about the situation and stuff. So my wife, if she has people or other men on her planet that doesn't know how to take no for an answer, then there go your pimples. There go the beginning of your acne. You know, those are the people that offended our mayor already. Remember, yo, one time I did a martial art movie. It was like, yo, it was like The Specialist. I called, yo, listen, this martial art movie was called The Literal Special. It was a specialist. It had nothing to do. All it had to do was ninjas. It was a straight ninja movie, straight up special movie all day. My son was so nice. Specialist, never been touched ever in the beginning of his life, ever at a time. Me and this nigga ran through this situation like he knows how really, because only his brothers are really the ones that enter that chamber. Anybody else enters that chamber is somebody else just doing something fucked up. We, yo, listen, that that chamber is so nice you wouldn't even believe. Specialist, yo, beyond, listen, beyond in any form of intelligence, real specialist. And if a person tries to compete through there, then they wasn't. I don't even know how to tell you because a person wouldn't be stupid to go there. Anyway, don't worry about it. So a person, yo, listen, man. This is probably why you had probably people that followed me in economic systems and didn't know what the fuck is going on. That's why I'm glad my son knows what is going on with this. But anyway, imagine an individual and stuff that went and touched my son in that movie. That's it. This all it took. There was one time there was a movie with ninjas. This guy said he offended this chick named Ahmed. And then on top of it, he was already stalking this chick named Ahmed. And then he didn't want people to realize what he was doing. And yo, niggas went through the whole movie and couldn't believe. Right after that, the movie, I left that temple. I left. Yo, listen, Charlotte Temple was in one of those movies. It was one time. It was so real. We even had Charlotte in it because it led up to another situation. It was perfect. It was a perfect. Yo, listen, yo. And then next thing you know, this nigga became Army stalker. You know, notice it's called Army. So if a person wanted to infiltrate international security would have to be aware of it. It was so plain and simple because it's meant to. It's like a bludgeoning joke in a reality for another individual because of what is going to happen. It's like a person thinking that they're doing something and going a million pimples. You ever seen a nigga in Braveheart? I wonder if he ever wondered at a time what made him look like that. It's like a person having millions of sons or millions of daughters a certain type of way in Shaolin Temple, and then wondering why he looked like a pimple a certain type of way. And then on top of it, he's somewhere else wondering why. And then he's wondering what's causing that reaction in his humane condition that's causing him to be a vigilant pimple in the physical reality and has to find a way to survive. A survivor! Yo, listen. I need a hero! I need a hero! And then the night. Oh, yo, listen. Oh, man. What? Oh, yo, listen. Yo, I used to have yo, man. Hey, you wanna know what's so funny? You remember that chick from Footloose? That chick was gonna cause everybody's death. She was just like a walking hammerhead, man. And I didn't mean like she was down with niggas that really knew the situation. She was a chick that was gonna cause the death of everybody's reality because another person did the wrong thing to the human condition. Another nigga one time, I remember my son one time. He even played in a movie a certain type of way. This, I used to be, yo, this is Luke. I was like, yo, man, you Lukey Doodle, nigga. I said, hey, yo, the nigga went and started dealing with this chick. And then she caused the nigga to get in certain fights. And then I ended up having to do the movie Best of the Best at the time because of that. Because I'm the real Tommy Lee that had to complete Tommy Lee. and I had to complete other individuals that was nobody even knew about the movie. And then on top of it, I had to complete other niggas at the time. I was real busy when it came to that movie. That shit almost took like forever. For real, almost. Well, according to a part of my wife's existence, because of that stupid bitch in Footloose, I had to I had to do so much things for my children a certain type of way. And I said, after that, I said, that shit ever happens again, then just consider yourself shut down. It's just, I told my son, it's just like a restaurant. You got an inspector, it was there, it happened, good for you, man. You didn't have all that education just to let loose at the time. It was so real. I was in the Ice Galaxy arresting niggas, and niggas found out that I was some type of fucking cop, and I was dealing with certain things dealing with the Ice Galaxy that was beyond secrecy. At the time, now they can know that I'm the emperor, so they can imagine. I'm not even the emperor. I'm the magi of the Ice Galaxy of the stars, the majesty of all the stars in space. Actually, the majesty of the space of Ice Galaxy and also the stars of the original stars of the reason of the Ice Galaxy. Some people don't even know who the niggas are. So imagine that. So I'm the little. So it's okay because it's like they found out that I was a cop. I had to stop the spread of an individual a certain type of way. Another nigga kept on speaking like he fucking was a microphone a certain type of way, and then he was causing a certain type of spread, and I had to hold the nigga because he got digested the wrong way because somebody kept on putting their dick in somebody else's mouth. So he became a pimple in another bitch's throat a certain type of way. And then on top of it, the nigga knew a form of martial arts and magic and started doing the wrong thing. I had to literally leave the galaxy I was in to go to the Ninja Galaxy. Then I had to go to the Ice Galaxy just to go handle it. I had to literally arrest the nigga. I had to hold hands with niggas to show them this shit happens again. It's beyond serious if one of them niggas do that shit again. If these niggas go out of order again, you gotta. I left orders for niggas. I left a precise regimen of individuals' rap sheets, a certain type of way for individuals. Another person said, "Well, I left acknowledgement how to heal them." Gone. That was already gone. It went to the planets of sacredcy that'll never be found. Literally. And then I left the rap sheets for other individuals a certain type of way how to handle the situation if something happens. Because another nigga, he's just gonna be watching and he's not gonna tell you he's watching the situation, and then he's gonna handle the situation once he sees you complete finally what I told you to do, and then you're never gonna have to worry about it because he ain't gonna want no type of acknowledgement in life. He ain't gonna want nobody to know nothing about him because the people's mentality that was already causing him problem. Nobody's gonna take those type of chances with individuals. So they're just looking at niggas at the time trying, and then if a nigga turns his back on the situation, you ain't never gotta be worried about being viewed a certain type of way again, and then I don't even give a fuck about you, whatever. Whatever with you. Don't try to come follow me and figure me out. I have magic on me in the paradigm of time. If you even notice a certain type of thing, a certain type of way, even the sequence on my cell phone will change a certain type of way, and it'll be somebody else doing something that I already completed. That was just a form that's already gonna, and if something happens, it's a wrap. And if you follow that person, I hope so. Thank you very much. For real. So that Footloose chick, man. She for that. He was one of I called them got bush gogglers. The bush gogglers. Oh, word, yeah, he's big, right? Oh. So bad. Them niggas used to come around, the Chief family used to have to go somewhere else. Like, get the fuck out of here. This nigga want Chief? No, this nigga's balls deep. Jay Z, Beyonce, balls deep, and he wants cheat. Fuck out of here. You know, beyond the saying of reality. Your monkey balls beyond the saying of reality. Fuck out of here, man. Balls deep. No, hell no, no. This balls deep. This is the pool table cube, nigga. I said that's the pool table cube, nigga. Oh my god. He's the pool. He's the pool stick. The wrong entrance. And was chalked up by the wrong hands. Oh wow. Good for you, man. Good for you. What? Oh man. Another person's trying to do funny Reiki. Yo, there's a nigga right there trying to do funny Reiki. Imagine that. You feel that in my back right now? Look at that. And that's another Empress back right there. You know that, right? Because they don't know what I was just doing or what I was thinking about certain ways. They don't even know what time it is and certain time. You imagine all the funny things that people do, man. But anyway, that footloose chick was she was a goggler, you know, and on top of it, it was a rags as a bleeding shield situation again, and then it was somewhere else. It got into other things. It was looking at a situation. You had wow, you know, just niggas can't even gather in a Star Wars convention after a while like that. It's just like oh my God, man, nigga, you know, you can't keep hiring crackheads, man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make no sense, man. You don't demoralize yourself at a high altitude, longitude, or latitude in the physical reality because another nigga just wants to see you smile, man. Don't do it. You know, don't end up if you're gonna do things funny. You might as well get it. Oh, you might. Well, I ain't gonna tell you get it very dependent, but you know, I don't know what I'm saying. But I'll just tell you, you know, you gotta make sure the shit is right. This, you know, I'm the real value, but you gotta make sure the situation's avoided. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to be with stupid niggas who's dying, and then you be hearing niggas dying and they don't even know how they got it. Good for your listener. I never told you the way your mother's dressed, and I never told you stink pussy bitch to even. A lot of the caretakers don't even remember what happened to them. I done fixed the situation. Yo, the situation was so. How can I say this? So detrimentally sickening just to even think and acknowledge the situation that they shouldn't even care about sacred, like a form of gender. The only time they should care about gender is when it comes to me refining because they need my energy to refine for their own condition at the next time. If I don't refine at a certain time for them, it's gonna be a wrap. And then you have caretakers that have like the doom I call it doom mountain eye, like people that's scheming on their stash spots because they want to know where money is, and then on top of it, they want to get rid of the empress, and then they're fucking up the high element of refinement. It's just like, listen, it's just like my empress of elements are extremely sensitive. If somebody's doing something wrong in a humane condition in the element, another person's not supposed to have a car at a certain time. Another person's not even supposed to be driving or staying at certain places at a certain time. Another person's not even supposed to be reflecting in a certain atmosphere at a certain time, especially if they're not with me. And I'm the only one that can give it's like the past. If they're not with me, they can't even do it. So another person trying to do something, it's like a chick trying to have sex around me with another nigga. Like, I don't care even if I was jerking off. You wouldn't go and indulge in sexual activity. That is the disease right there, that manipulated stuff. And then the energy already knows. And then it knows the difference. And listen for your listen, man. Fun. Life is fun. to life is a bunch of white milk duds for me. There's all white milk duds, even golden white milk duds in my life. But other people is like a real box of fucking dark chocolate. Not even dark brown chocolate. Hmm. This is the kryptonite of Aphrodite's kryptonite, the aphrodisiac. Another person, what are you talking about? I'm gonna tell you now. I'm gonna fuck. Aphrodite's kryptonite was the aphrodisiac, not me. I'm the one that I'm her real husband. I'm the one that her real kryptonite was the aphrodisiac, and Liv, that was named Love, rags like a baby shit. It wasn't Aphrodite either. Don't get that. You know how a bitch or just be because they reside on the southwest continent, they were gonna say Aphrodite. Nah, it had nothing to do with Aphrodite. The real Aphrodite was an extremely, ex, how can I, extremely beyond sexy Asian lady. A certain type of look in a certain way that you wouldn't even believe, and a white anatomy. Bye bye, man. You know, if there's men having sex on this planet, is there pimples? There's nothing but supposed to be girls of handpicked that's supposed to be on this planet, and I don't do it through pictures. I do it through other things myself. And my caretakers know I had already a certain regimen that comes already a certain type of way. So if you had other men here or they're saying that they want this, they want that, and then they own other places. Like it's like when I send my sons or something to go look at things overseas, like Asia and that area, and they end up staying over there and they think they're having sex. I hope they never have sex over there. I hope you never went over there and had sex. That's stupid. Like that. What? Asia would be finished. Yo, I wouldn't even have to tell you that you would have the planet of India that would empty a certain type of place that nobody knows about because they would see what was going on, and then Asia would be finished. They would leave a planet, go to their next planet, and then Asia would be finished. That's it. That would be it. You don't gotta worry about nobody else in the regions of Asia ever again. That's it. All they gotta do is just witness somebody did something wrong a certain type of way in Asia and having sex. They just pack it all up, go to the other planet. That's it. Asia after a while would just be finished. And hey, I'm already. I don't even gotta tell you. You know me, Middle East. You know, another person said, "What you talking about Middle East?" I'm not. Well, I'm the refiner, the one that has to hit the middle. You know, the G spot. You know, the guide spot for an individual to have precise point in physical reality. I ain't doing that for nobody. I don't give a fuck about nobody. Bye bye. Other men that's not supposed to be having sex on this planet because they already have their planet of purity, and then by them having sex, already dishonored your star, and don't complicate the situation where your star's not even in space no more. And then next thing you know, you'll be real stupid and fucked up. Bye bye. Because that means you wasn't going back to your home planet or something. Bye bye. Too bad. And then on top of it, I hope you didn't do it too much because certain planets won't even want you. According to your purity or your light of even reflection for your education, for your own safety, for your own habitation at the time. It's like raising a Jedi can never be raised. Next Jedi that can never be raised a certain type of way. But bye bye. Bye bye. So long, you stupid niggas with your sanitation pussy dick nigga songs. Bye bye. Wow. Hmm.